to the Disco Ball Discourse. I'm Emily, and my special guest today is...
My name is Jeff Cox.
Yes, and so you're probably thinking, well, who is this? So we're going to get into it today. We're going to talk about lots of things so that we can get to know Jeff. We can get to know how we know each other. And so that really is my first question, Jeff. How do we know each other?
Well, my beautiful daughter is married to your handsome son.
That's right. So we are the mom and the dad of our married kiddos. And most recently, what's the update?
We are grandparents.
Yes.
3 weeks yesterday.
That's right. So you're seeing grandpa and grandma of the cutest.
The best grandparents.
The best grandparents. We're top tier because you know what? We're sitting here on a podcast. We can say whatever we want.
Right.
So, okay, Jeff. So you're at my house, but where do you live?
I live in Madera, California.
That's right.
The very center of California.
Is it really?
It is the dead center of California.
I really
east,
didn't know
west,
that.
and south. Yep. In fact, there's a palm tree on the freeway that's the geographical or whatever the center of California would be.
I didn't know that.
There's a palm tree right there.
Okay, see, look at that. I didn't know. I've known him all this time. Never even thought to ask.
Son do every day?
And I haven't ever been to Madera. That scared us. Okay, that's okay. Pause. Anyway, not pause. Actually, you're good. We're doing this. I usually have a setup in my disco ball bedroom, but we'll throw this in there for the time being. We have new grandbaby at my house. That's why Jeff's here visiting. And so we've got new mom and dad and baby in the master bedroom. So that's why we're here.
Right.
We're hanging out on the couch. And we've got a disco ball here, and we've got a few over here that I've had in there for before. So we definitely are going to represent.
Jack Daniels here? No,
I was like,
it's cranberry juice.
I was going to say, you do? Where did you get it? That's what he does when I'm at work all day. I guess he's sneaking away to the liquor store.
I'm a lush.
So anyway, so if you hear things in the back, that's why we were terrified because we banned our kids all to the bedroom. Which at one point, if you hear them get louder than us, don't be surprised. Because it's... my son's named Connor, who's been on the podcast. Liz is his daughter, and she's going to have her own episode sometime. And
she's the mother of the baby.
Yes. So
I'm feeding the baby. That's why there's the microwave.
I was going to say, poke your head over and say hi. See,
Cameo.
she's in the frame, right? There's Liz's hand, and like maybe a piece of her head. And so we are here all hanging out at my house, and it's been a lot of fun. You've been here since what?
I got here Friday afternoon.
Right, and it's a Wednesday night right now, and we are getting ready for tomorrow because we're going to go hang out for the whole day. I took off work, and we're going to go party in Amarillo, Texas, if no one knows where that is. That's where we're going to party. So what are we doing tomorrow?
I think first on the agenda is Big Texan Steakhouse for a steak.
Now, if you don't know what the Big Texan Steakhouse is, it really is like nationally famous. Like people know what that is. There's a challenge you can do there for a free meal, but you have to eat the entire 72-ounce steak, the potato, the salad,
Shrimp cocktail,
a roll, and dessert, right? Do you have to eat dessert?
I think there's a Jello or something you have to eat.
Okay, so you have to complete all of that within 1 hour, and they have a stage, and they have special tables, and I don't know, maybe if we go tomorrow, I'll set in here, maybe I'll put in a picture of us there, because he's come to visit. This is his first time to come see the grandbaby. He's visited once before when these guys had first newly moved here, because our kids lived in Utah at one point, and so that's what we're going to do tomorrow. And then what's the other thing on the
Buc-ee's, world famous gas station.
It really is too. No, but Buc-ee's is because Liz, didn't you even hear about this? The Brits that came to Texas and they were in Amarillo and they went to Buc-ee's and I can't remember who they are. They're on TikTok or something, but it's like I'm gonna call it world famous then.
Oh yeah.
World famous because they came to visit. So we're gonna go do that tomorrow because Amarillo just got one. That's the closest there's ever been to me in where I live in Texas, and so I've never even been. Everybody else in my family's been, and I haven't been yet. So.
When I was coming from California, as soon as you get into Arizona, there's a sign that says Buc-ee's, 843 miles, Amarillo.
Oh my gosh. Like, oh, you're almost there.
Yeah, you're almost there.
You better hold it.
Yeah, there's one sign that says, I think it was in New Mexico, it said, only 400 miles, hold it. So yeah, if you can hold it that long. Then.
If you can. Okay, also at this time too, because first of all, I haven't done this in a really long time. And second of all, I'm so nervous that the space on my camera is not going to hold it. And so I don't want a 30-second video and then we're sitting here laughing for an hour. So I'm going to kind of do a check really quick.
Well, at least we had a good chat.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, we made 5 minutes. Woo! And it's still working. Okay. You know what? I was thinking of something else right in between when we said that. We were talking about
Bucky.
going to Buc-ee's, and I thought there's one more thing we were supposed to say. Oh, I didn't write this down. Where did we meet in person for the first time?
At our kid's wedding.
At the wedding, which
Yeah.
happened to be at
Las Vegas, Treasure Island.
Treasure Island. These guys got married on the pirate ship at Treasure Island, and it was a blast. And our families knew of each other, and I'm not sure we'd even text or talked on the phone or anything like that. So we met for the first time in person the day before the wedding. Met him in the casino, and then the next day everyone was dressed up, and I'm walking his bride down from the bridal suite. Not just me, we all were.
Right.
And then we got to drop her off at Dad, who got to walk her down the aisle, the plank.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, walking the plank.
Yeah, you'll be like, I'm giving you away to the ocean.
I'm throwing you into the ocean. Bye.
So he got to walk her down. So I got to meet a very nice, but then a very emotional person just back to back because, you know, this is his baby girl.
Oh, yeah.
So we got to meet there.
And it was a really untraditional wedding.
Very.
Which I thought was kind of weird, but now knowing our kids, it's perfectly normal.
It really is. We're going to talk about him even while she's still right there. But I said this in the beginning, and I never like to stress people about weddings. I think that's unfair. It's your special day. Whatever makes your day special is what you're supposed to do. And so the fact that I thought about those two planning a wedding for a year with flowers and place cards and all the things, whatever that people like to do, I don't think that would have been for them or satisfying to them. I think it would have been stressful and not a real party.
Right.
And we partied. We had so much fun. I mean, not crazy like that. We were there with, you know, other people and grandkids and all things like that. So
yeah, it was a great time.
It was fun.
Lots of memories.
And that's the first time I'd ever been, so it was an experience. I didn't know how to get places. You had to walk everywhere for 1,000 miles, it felt like.
Yeah.
So we had the wedding, they got married on the pirate ship, and then it was funny because people were walking behind us because it's just an open hotel on the Las Vegas Strip. I mean, there's people everywhere, and as soon as, you know, I do and they're playing the music, there was people that were just walking by, they were like, woo, yay!
Yeah.
Woohoo!
It's like when you have a birthday party at some restaurant, everybody starts singing to you.
Yeah, it was kind of like that. So it was kind of like their wedding, and then we got to watch them from the deck, and everybody else's wedding that happened to walk by. So that's where we met for the first time. We all went to the same place for the buffet, but we didn't get to really sit together. It was kind of, I don't know, it was kind of
Last minute.
And it was last minute. So we ate at the buffet, and then I guess we parted ways the next day, and I didn't see you again for a long time.
Do you just want to see Harper before she?
Yes, actually, bring the special guest. Yes, because the special guest, she's got a bedtime, so we have to honor that. You know, all 3 weeks of her life, she's got it hard. So she's gonna come in here.
A cameo.
Yeah, the cameo. But I mean, of the two people sitting here, that's who we want you to see the most.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you can see us, but she's.
We're all right.
Yeah, we talk more. She's probably louder when she cries, though.
Definitely.
Yeah, he got to do a little road trip with her. Not far, like about an hour away, but you guys were gone for most of the day, and she, had 3 outfits that she had to change into because she was blowing them out?
She was very well behaved. She loves the car. She's
You want to hand her to me this way?
Yeah, I actually dropped her BT, so she's mad at me.
Oh, she's going to be mad on the podcast, and you know what? We think is beautiful, and we think she's perfect.
Yeah, as long as somebody else is going to bed with her.
Okay.
Delivery.
Thank you. We'll take the delivery. Oh, look, guys, we got a baby glowworm.
Oh,
Uh-oh, don't be a mad glowworm.
baby.
Don't be a mad one. This means she's really ready for bed because she's all wrapped up in her little... Oh, there you go. And you're even matching. So, are we good to share her whole name and everything?
Yeah.
Okay, this is Harper Amelia Williams Jones.
The first.
No.
That's right.
And she is 3 weeks old yesterday, and she is the cutest in the whole world.
That's true.
And she looks like a little blonde baby chick. And we love her hair because she just got it washed, so it's a little fluffier today. And she's being just a little angel.
She is an angel.
She is. She's got arms and legs in here, I promise, but.
She's a mini Jabba the Hutt.
But a little cute one. All right, Mama, we don't want to keep her too long.
I got you.
Okay, so
Yeah, we get back to the important things. Right?
also she probably doesn't need to stare at a ring light for more than a couple of minutes.
I'm
That's
she
why
is.
She's mesmerized.
I know she is. She's gonna be
She's
addicted
like,
to it now.
"Oh, the
Harper
ring
will be an
light."
influencer. There you go.
An
All right, let's
influencer.
go eat. Say bye. Good night, baby girl.
She's like,
Oh, yay. Thank you, Liz.
you're welcome.
Okay, back to business.
Mhm.
Okay, where were you born?
I was born in Selma, California, which is Fresno, near Fresno.
Okay, I was gonna say, explain it even for me because I'm not really familiar with
It
California.
is the raisin capital of the world.
Oh, is that where you got the chocolate covered raisins?
That is where I got the chocolate covered.
Sun-made chocolate covered raisins. I snuck some to work the other day, put them in the little cubby under my desk, and was just eating all
Oh
day.
yeah.
It's really good.
And when you finished the last one, you were wishing you had more, weren't you?
I did, but I didn't want to like dump the whole thing in there. I mean, what's the point?
You have a canister of candy on your desk.
You can't hide it though. Then the
Yeah.
guys would see it because the place I work, I just work with men and men are always hungry. So no, those are my snacks. I have to hide them. Okay, this is me throwing in a personal thing here in the middle. From my last podcast, I had brown hair the whole time, and this is kind of pulled back, but I'm doing a red thing in the front because gray isn't doing it for me. I'm already a grandma. I don't also need to be flashing my gray hair everywhere. So I have red bangs, highlights, whatever.
They're beautiful.
Thank you.
Just beautiful.
I forget I have it all the time. So where did we go? And the girl said, "Oh, I like your hair," and I'm like, "Oh, I forgot. Oh, at lunch today."
Right.
Yeah, we went to have lunch today, and the girl was like, "Oh, I love your hair," and I'm thinking, "What is she talking about?" But anyway,
You
ignore.
forgot.
I did. I do forget. I forget that it's as bold as it is because to me, I'm just getting ready in the morning. Okay, so how many kids do you have?
I have 3. I have a son, he's 35, his name is Scott, and then I have one daughter, her name is Brenda, she's 30, and then Elizabeth, who's 24, and yeah.
And then the grandkids to go with them.
My middle daughter, older daughter has 3 kids, they're 13, 8, and 7, and then we have baby Harper,
And then baby
who's
Harper.
3 weeks old.
So he's got 4, and this is my first one. So she's my very first. And so I'm taking all the grandparent advice from him, which is what? Buy him snacks, have all the drinks ready in the fridge, no more hot dogs at the barbecue. We want steak.
We want steak. And shrimp.
And shrimp
They've
too?
even asked for shrimp.
Oh my goodness.
Are we gonna have shrimp with that steak? Yeah, okay.
And yeah, I was going to say, he doesn't say no.
No.
So that's what I'm learning. So if baby Harper wants me to hold her through my whole lunch hour, then that's what I'm going to do. So that's because that's what I get right now, unless she's going to bed earlier. So,
Right.
okay, then that just kind of got me thinking. I didn't even write it down. What is something that we have in common that we like so much that are food items? We have very specific food items that we like the same.
McDonald's.
Yes.
Mm.
I'll throw out the other two that we were just talking about it. Pork and beans.
Oh yeah.
Pork and beans, love. Nobody else in our whole families likes them as much as we, or at all.
I didn't run out of the can. With this one.
I love it. It doesn't even have to be. I mean, I prefer mine warm, but I mean, if it's an emergency.
Yeah.
And
Me
then we also love Spam. Spam and pork and beans, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but that sounds pretty good.
You know, the best way to cook that too is you take the Spam and you kind of cut it up in cubes.
Mhm.
You just put it in the pan, start let it brown on all the sides, and then you
Mhm.
put your pork and beans in. Oh,
Okay, well,
it's next level.
okay, gourmet dinner for the both of us someday. Now, no one else is invited because they don't want to eat it. They can go eat.
Just means more
Pizza.
for us.
How fun. That's what I thought was funny as we've been getting to know each other, that those are some of the things we talk about that the whole rest of our family doesn't like. And I'm like, that sounds great.
Yeah, they don't like Spam, SpaghettiOs, pork and beans.
Crazy.
Can't think of what else. There's other things that I get
You-
get made fun of for eating.
Do you like Vienna sausage?
Yeah,
Sausages?
why not?
See, I like those. I think those are fun. I mean, I don't want to eat them all the time.
Elizabeth used to eat them when she was a baby.
Did she? She's going to deny it, isn't she?
Yeah, because now, kids that age, they think that stuff is garbage, but for us, it's pretty good.
I don't know why. I don't know why sweet beans, because it is really sweet on the sweeter side. I don't know why that sounds so good, but then you can't just eat that because that's a stomachache ready to happen.
Not, see, that's, when I make when you come to my house, you'll taste my beans. I make baked beans and I use the thick cut apple sliced or apple smoked bacon.
Oh.
You cook that and I use brown sugar and mustard and barbecue. And I make these beans and they are just to die for.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
next level.
Okay, so see, this is a difference too. He and his daughter, both really good cooks. And me and my son, he brought what would you call that machine? The hot dog machine?
Yeah, hot dog carousel cooker.
Yeah, so it like does the rollers and it's heated and you put the buns in there. That's how my son and I cook things. We were both so excited. How many hot dogs did we eat? Well, Connor ate 4 hot dogs. I don't know about me. I ate 1.
I know we got 16 hot dogs and they were gone in 2 days.
Yeah, like that's all.
And I don't think I had maybe 2.
I think Connor was in here making them at night. I really do. He must have been.
He ate 4 in one sitting.
He didn't even sit.
Right, he was standing for most of that.
Yeah, he was, because it's like lunchtime, and Connor and I have a quick lunchtime, and so he likes to pace a lot too, and so I think he paced out 4 hot dogs.
Well, even tonight at dinner, he sat down with two fajitas, and they were gone. I think in a couple minutes, I was holding the baby, and they were gone.
That's why you offered to hold her, because you're like,
Yeah.
he's gonna be done in 2
5
seconds.
minutes.
Yeah, not even 5. Okay, so next, since you brought up one thing that we do like that's in common, can you tell us what is your profession?
I work on restaurant equipment, mostly ice cream machines, grills, things like that.
For what? I mean, is it against anything for you to say what specific restaurants?
No, well, it's most fast food. Anybody that has soft serve generally uses our machines. So, the McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, Carl's Jr., Jack in the Box,
Dutch Bros.
Taco Bell, Chipotle,
And
Habit Burger if you're in California. Anywhere.
And the good thing is, it's fun. We message each other on Facebook Messenger all the time, and he's always sending me a picture of where he's at. He's got the best free cup of coffee, the best food at McDonald's, the best, what do you have, like Wendy's? You'll have like a Frosty or something.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. If the machines are clean. If I walk in and I
Right.
fix the machine and the machine is filthy, I wouldn't eat ice cream out of it.
See, that's the thing about it. Unless you are a behind the scenes person at anything like that, you don't know where you would and wouldn't eat. So he showed me opened up machines before, because I work in an industry where we talk about refrigerant and things like that. So it's interesting to me. So he'll show me this opened up machine that, yuck.
Yeah.
They're literally the worst.
It's like it's literally like plaster, but it's ice cream mix that's dried out,
Ew.
and you could chew it or smoke it or whatever you want to do. But it's you can't believe that this is ice cream.
Yeah.
And it's turned. What does it do to your stomach? But it doesn't.
Right. If it doesn't, that's true. And then it's all gummy and oil and all sorts of the stuff that's back
Hey,
there.
I'm on vacation. Okay.
Okay, yeah, oops. Yeah, we were talking. Let me actually just check the time again because I'm so nervous about it.
It's okay.
We're good. Okay, so then this is what you're thinking. Maybe nobody's thinking this. How did we get to know each other so well when we just really met at the kid's wedding? Well, I became single. I don't remember the timeline right after that, but I became single after years of being married. And so I was single. And how about you?
Same thing. A little bit earlier, but it was basically the same type of situation. Just kind of got dumped in our lap. That all of a sudden, after however many years,
Yeah.
we're on the available list again.
And that is hard. I've been on the available list again before, thinking I wouldn't start over, and then finally found what I thought was I was given a second chance and to get started again, and then was suddenly available again, which sounds fun, I'm sure, to anybody who's out there that's like, oh, I've been married forever and they chew too loud or whatever you think about your spouse. We were married for a long time, not together, but we were married for a long time. And it was a huge loss because you miss having a partner, you miss being with that other person. And so after our kids got married, we start talking to each other and we're talking about the kids. And then we find that we have so many things in common that we become really good friends. And so we have been in the rowboat of the dating world together to discuss it between the both of us, for better or for worse. And which one do you think it is?
Worse.
Being out there like, oh yeah, you guys are so available and dating. Okay, we're both over 40, so it's not like you go to the club and you find the hottest person there and
right.
Sam's Club.
Yeah. At this point, anything's possible. But yeah, I mean, the dating pool now is just, I don't know. Maybe it's just been a different time now.
Well, I think
It's like more like a cesspool than a dating pool.
And I know it is a different time, of course. We're not going to go courting someone with flowers and wearing a tuxedo or whatever.
Lots of candy.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And ask for to court your daughter, sir. I mean,
May I have your daughter's hand in marriage, sir?
this sounds like the scene
May I have a
from.
crust of bread?
This sounds like a black and white movie we're talking about.
Yeah, like the Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
Just for a crust of bread, sir.
May I date your daughter? Can we borrow your horse?
Have you seen those TV shows where there's like an older white guy goes to like Vietnam or wherever it is to find a wife, and they have to pay. I forget what they have to pay the family for this thing. They have to bring like an ox and
Oh yeah, you have to bring like a is it a dowry?
dowry. That's what
Dowry.
it is.
Why do I know
Like,
that right now?
The dowry's like 3 goats and 4 bags of this, and I'm
Yep.
like, wow, trade your daughter for some goats?
I'd be like, that's good. They're gonna die in a couple of years, but we had a good run with her.
That is sad.
I'm laughing
Oh.
with you.
Liz, I should have caught 3 goats for you.
Right. Hey, so wait, who would have got the goats?
Art.
Oh man. And I'd
But
have to.
he wouldn't want them because he didn't take pets.
No, what I was gonna say, I'd have to hit him up for at least custody of the goat's milk or something. Like, you owe me. You owe me. We're both the
A
parents. You owe me.
surcharge. Shared custody
Okay.
of the goats.
This for sure was not on the list.
I don't know where the hell this is coming from.
Well, we're talking about being single, and we're talking
And we're
about
down to
dating
goats
world.
now.
And then, yeah, I don't know how we got all the way there. But the great part about us connecting is we would talk about people we would talk to or people we liked, what we're looking for in a partner, and there have been highs. There've
No.
been,
Has there?
I mean, there've been mids.
That's more like it.
Yeah, so there's been some mids that we've got to, and we of course share that with each other. And then because we become so close, I think it's good because we're able to talk to each other and say, hey, that sounds dangerous.
Yeah, you're dating a scumbag.
Hey, that sounds like a red flag. And we can
Right.
think of all the red flags, for each other. And it's not because we're being judgmental or we have
Yeah.
to tell each other what to do, but just we're just like, hey, this is hard for both of us. Let's not put ourselves through a lot of misery, which we do anyway, right?
Right, and it's always more fun to talk bad about somebody else.
Oh, it's like you can't wait, like things are going good and then you can't wait for the bad part to come. You'll be like, yeah, I wanted to tell you all these things I've been saving up
Well,
to say.
Just look, I mean, we've been divorced how long now? And you had an incident with some electricity.
Mm-hmm.
I had a kind of a little bit of a dispute with my ex today.
Yeah.
So it just never ends.
And okay, so then we're going to keep going to the funny parts when it comes to dating. But whenever we're talking about exes, this wasn't someone we went to prom with and then didn't talk to anymore. These were our longtime married relationships. So you don't realize every single day how something can come up out of nowhere and still be very hurtful to you.
Wow.
And make you think back. And as we're sharing stories with the kids or with each other, as we've been all in the living room together hanging out, we realize that most of our stories include our ex-spouses.
Yeah.
And so we're talking about Disneyland trips and
Yeah.
things like that. And you said that one day, you said, I don't mean to be bringing her up all
Yeah,
the
but
time.
it was such a part of your life, and when you're interacting with one of your children, how can you not talk about it?
Like weddings, babies, we're coming together for those things, even though we're both divorced from the parents of our kids. And I'll say for me, I've been doing it for 10 years, since I was married to their dad. It's the best right now. It can only get better. But, going to the wedding, it was good.
Yeah.
It's been a couple of years since then, so we spent a lot of time. I spent time with my ex and his ex at the hospital while they're having the baby for 43 hours. And
Right.
so, but it was okay. It was nice. We were there to support the kids. We were there to make sure everyone was healthy and safe. It was a good
Yeah,
situation.
you'd be pretty bad if you got into an argument.
That's why they have security there.
Yeah, right. When you're there to have a baby, it's like, let's fight about something that happened 10 years ago.
I didn't even care. And I don't even, like Liz's mom, I don't know her very well, but we spent 43 hours together. I mean, we took bathroom breaks separate and that's it.
And I told you I was sorry that you had to do that.
It's all for the grandbaby and the
Yes.
babies. But, you know, it's just an interesting mix because Jeff lives in California and he and I are closer and she lives closer and,
Yeah.
you know, we don't actually see or talk to each other that much. And you've talked to Connor's dad a couple times or something.
Yeah.
But we just end up being the close grandparents. So as soon as the baby was born, he, you know, said, I'll be right there unless. And I have a very small house now, and newborn babies, I don't know if anybody remembers, it's hard. It's wild. The baby runs the world. So
They take over half the house.
and they do. They take over half the house, and then everyone's dying holder. It's a funny balance. But so he said, "Do you want me to wait a little bit before I come here and jump in the mix?" And I said, "Yes, please, just because we're gonna try to figure it out." And good timing anyway. She's a sweet angel baby newborn, but she's being so cute with her eyes open all the time and being a little more active.
Yeah, every day it seems like she's more knowing on what's going on in her world. She sees more, she hears more.
More awake time too.
Yeah.
And I said she's doing it because her grandpa Jeff's here to visit. So
Maybe. I hope so.
yeah, after that you're gonna leave and she's gonna be like Sleepy of the Seven Dwarfs and she's not gonna wake up anymore. We're gonna have to name her one.
Nice.
I'm
I'm sure she'll be just fine.
Yeah.
She's got people here that love her so.
Well, and then the good part is our kids aren't good at sending pictures and texting all the time, but we are because we don't get anything to do but have our jobs. So
Yeah, what are you gonna do at your work? You gotta do something, you gotta find something to do. You gotta text with somebody.
we text about ice cream, McDonald's, what else are some of the
Ladies'
food-
classes.
Yeah, right. We do a lot of roasting, roasting and counseling and sharing pictures of food.
A cheap laugh at somebody else's expense.
I know, and then he comes up with a name for somebody so fast, and then it sticks, and then he comes back and he's like, "Oh, you know, I'm sorry, you know, I don't mean to be insensitive, you know, to this person." I'm like, "No, actually, that's funny. Let's keep calling them that."
Yeah, but then what happens when they find out everybody called them that?
Okay, well, they won't because if they'll never find out, and that's why they only have that name. You made a good point one day, and you said, "I only do that to tease. Whenever this person is someone that's important to you, I'm going to call them by their name."
Exactly.
And so, if you hear he and I talking about someone we're with, and we're calling them by their name, they made it.
They made the list.
They made the cut. We're
They're
not
not
calling them
just
their nickname. I wish we could tell them our nicknames. I wish we could. We can't.
Some of them are less than flattering though.
I know. Well, yeah. I was gonna say, and then they're gonna guess. Someone's gonna guess. So I don't want anybody to guess. Oh yeah, and then one's really obvious. So we'll get around
Which
that
one?
yeah, exactly. I said this is what we were not gonna do because I follow several podcasts. Some on the more successful side and some not on the most successful side. And my pet peeve when I'm watching a podcast is for people to go, "You know the thing with this stuff," and then we laugh for 10 minutes and we give you, the audience, no reference whatsoever. Hate that.
Didn't we just do that?
I mean, that's what I'm saying we did. So I'm just saying, oopsie, but for the most part,
I
we're
don't know.
filling you in, but we did do that a little
I
bit.
thought it was working.
It was. Well, because we were laughing, because if we could tell you these names of the people, it would just be so funny. Because it's just descriptive and silly. No one's being like, it's not nasty.
That's not even the worst one. There's ones that are not even mentionable.
Okay, I'm trying to think. You know what, though? These are all for me. I don't name yours.
No.
I don't name yours because...
You should.
I guess I should start coming up with them, but I don't actually think negative stuff. And here's the thing that we do. We're adults and we're friends, so even if we think maybe someone's stepping into something that wouldn't be good for them, we are still supportive. Because, I mean, look how old we are. We are grandparents, so we obviously know a lot of things, so we need to try those things out. And
Still supportive.
yeah, and that we're being still supportive, because I'll tell you something, and I know, I can already tell you think maybe
You're
that's
like,
not a good
I love
idea.
you, but you're an idiot. Don't date this guy.
Yes, basically. And so I like the honesty, though, because that means you're being protective of someone.
Yeah.
So I don't mind. So we're about to have another adventure of that. You're going to get to meet someone. And I'm actually excited about that. Thank you very much. So he'll have his scorecard out on the table.
And I'll tell him I have a 45 and a shovel. I doubt anyone would miss you.
I can't wait to see the reaction. I'm going to let that happen. I'll just be drinking a big gulp of water or something.
Vodka.
Oh, Hey, it's gonna be all adults and a baby.
Right.
I just won't drive. There we go.
That's the big Texan, right?
Yes,
Isn't
we're in-
everything, don't you drink out of a boot?
You can. I know the kids' drinks are out of a boot, and then I know they have flights, but I've never had any alcohol there or anything. So I know you can get. I think my boss is the one who told me that they got a beer flight there, and they were all.
Huh.
I just want like a mashed potato flight or something.
There you go.
Like something really fun.
Like 4 piles of mashed potatoes with, like this one has brown gravy,
Yeah.
this one has white gravy. This one-
Cheese.
Cheese.
Yeah, and then
Oh, you mean baked potatoes?
no, just potatoes.
Oh,
Like
okay.
you could used to put cheese on mashed potatoes. I mean,
Yeah.
not that
That's
I do
cheesy
that.
mashed potatoes.
Yeah, I was like, not that I do that, but you could. And then the next one's something really off, like grape jelly or something.
Chocolate chips.
Oh, I don't know why grape jelly
You know-
sounded better than chocolate chips. Okay, guys,
It'd be like, I don't know. That sounds pretty good, actually.
Well, actually, I haven't been there in years, so let's just go see what it is. And I'm not getting a salad. That's all I'm saying. I'm not going to do white chicks though either, where where I get all the sauerkraut and onions.
Grilled onions, mushrooms.
Gross. Or I might. Let's see how I act tomorrow. I'm not sure. Okay.
Well, that's how you impress a date. You gotta like eat a big steak in front of them and they'll be like, damn.
Either they're like, wow, I can't get out of here fast enough, or hey, she can eat.
Yeah.
Okay, she can eat. And she wants a dessert. That sounds good.
Get a couple desserts down you.
I might throw up in the parking lot. Who knows? I'm talking such a big game right now. Who even
Splurge and
knows?
purge.
Oh, I would definitely purge. Not on purpose. That sounds gross. No. Not pushing eating disorders by any means.
A fork and bucket.
I really wouldn't. Oh my gosh, please tell your story. Okay, woo, we're so on track. No, we're not. Your story about you took a picture in your car and you had something in was it the cup holder? And he gets in trouble with his mom for something that she finds in the background.
I was out with a lady friend and she took a selfie and we were at In-N-Out Burger. Well, on the console of my car, there's a slider and a spoon. Just 2 random things. So a couple of people commented that, they thought we were doing heroin or something because it was like a kitchen spoon.
Right, but it was just a random spoon that was in your car. It was just a spoon.
Actually, what happened was I had my grandkids the day before, and we went to IHOP and had hot chocolates, and one of them had left with a spoon
Okay.
in the cup. So I just left it there. I was going to take it back or throw it away or whatever. So that's how the spoon ended up in there.
Yeah, so listen how rumors get started because he was in trouble and he was like, it's just a spoon.
Yeah, well, there was
a lighter.
Yeah.
And then the lighter. But I'm just saying 2 random items that were in there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Now that I say that, people are going to be checking off the background. We just like fake plants
There
and
was a
disco
lighter back
balls.
there, isn't there?
There was. I moved it because, I just didn't think it was going to make it.
You should light candles next to it.
Yeah. And I hope you can see us because we're staring into a ring light and it's late at night and is really bright.
You
So.
want to check your time?
Oh yeah, let me check my time really quick and then let me think about my next question. All right, we're good. We're at 34 minutes and it's still running.
You've been doing this 34 minutes?
Yeah, I know, exactly. Exactly. Well, before I move on from that subject, I do want to go back to it. Talking about the 40 and up dating world, tell me what, how do you date people? Like, is it all just meet someone naturally in person? Is it, what do you still prefer?
I prefer it to be somebody that I know that, either becomes single or, you run into after a certain amount of time. But I have used some dating apps and pretty much it's not been, people aren't what they present themselves. So.
Right. And if we're 19 or 20 years old and we're dating people, it would probably be in our everyday lives, something like that would happen. But when you come to this point in life where we've been through long marriages, we have kids, grandkids, things like that, it's just a different way to reach out and reach people.
Well, I think too, what my problem has been that as you get older and more experienced, it's like you're looking for reasons to not like this person. You're looking looking for reasons to say this person isn't going to cut it instead of giving them a chance.
Right.
So I've been kind of like not acceptive of people.
Well, and it's because of where we come from and because we've been hurt and because we have trust issues now, which I tell people all the time, I don't have trust issues because I had a bad childhood, which I know that's what happens to a lot of people. So I can't I didn't bring that from childhood. So this is all my adult relationships that I've had. And so it's really untrusting because you choose to love that person, whether they choose to be there or not. And so you always think the next person cannot possibly think you're okay just the way you are.
Right.
That there's always got to be something.
There's always got to be something.
Or for them, you think, you know what, the only people, just the person who loved me before had ulterior motives at one point. And so I feel that way about meeting new people because it's a scary place, and we know what it's like to give your heart to someone, and so to think that you might do that again to someone else is really scary because that's just such a special thing to give someone, and it hurts the most. So
That's deep.
I know. I didn't mean to do that. I was
You're
trying
getting
to ride the lines of the funny stuff because there is a lot of funny stuff or angry stuff that happens.
But that's what's funny. That's what sells podcasts.
Right. Not the tears.
Dirt.
Oh, I was gonna say not the tears. I can start
People
crying.
people want to hear about the woman that looks like Jabba the Hutt.
Yes.
It's interesting.
That we went out with anyway.
We went with that one anyway.
Yeah. I will say the thing I don't like about having. I was gonna say meet people on a dating app. I've only done one dating app. I did it for a short period of time. It's all gone and it's over. And before that, I was dating people that I knew.
For real.
I don't want to get too far into the future. I'm having a good few weeks right now.
Yeah.
But that dating app, which I will say, I've never done it. I said I would never do a dating app, but guess whose idea it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, he told me after I had already been through some things, and let me see, how many times was I ghosted? Yeah, like, that's not
4.
fun. And you know what? It's so not fun. It's embarrassing for me to say because I'm an adult, and even if I'm not everybody's cup of tea, which I'm obviously not, let's just be grown-ups about it, and then let's just say something. Let's just not do this float away stuff and then try to come back and text me and call me later. And it's like,
well,
what's going on?
this whole situation, this whole experience is, there's so many lows that when you get a high, you want to talk about it right away. So that's what her and I do. We talk about it right away, and then a week or two goes by, and all of a sudden, this person just disappears or didn't turn out to be anything.
Yeah.
Then, at least for me, I feel like a fool for even mentioning it because I get all excited about this person. They did this, and all of a sudden, it's just where'd they go?
And then, like, when...
But I've already had shared a good experience, and then it's just nothing. It's just,
the good thing about it is we've almost hesitated telling each other about someone new for that exact reason because we're like, I'm going to tell you and then I'm just going to feel stupid in a week, so why don't I just talk to you in a week when it's all over?
Yeah.
And so that's so negative, and I don't think we're negative people, but that's reality, and that's what it's like sometimes to date.
I think before divorce we were a lot less negative.
Of course, yeah.
But this whole situation with just things being done to you by somebody that stood there and said that they love you forever is tough.
And then it's tough, and it's not the next person's fault if you have a hard time trusting. If they're looking you straight in the eye and they're telling you, and you don't know if it's from the heart or not, or when's your heart going to change next week when I'm already, or next month or next year when I've already been invested in you. So that's where it becomes a scary place. And like I said, I only had the one experience with the dating app. Right. And it was a roller coaster because you don't like profiles. I didn't understand. Like, guys, I've never done this swipe right, swipe left, but I can't even say it. I've never done it before. And so when I wrote my profile, I was like being genuine. I used a picture I had taken the day before and in there because I thought this is a fair representation of myself at this age and right now. The profiles that people do, oh my gosh, they're hilarious. They'll be like 47, lives in Lubbock, Texas, and it's pictures from his MySpace page.
Wow.
With their frosted tips and their puka shell necklace, and I'm like, that's not fair.
Didn't you have a black mustache in your your profile picture? Yours is white.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's an old picture.
Or it's like well, why are you doing that? You're trying to date right now. We're not going to go back 20 years and date you way back in the day. So they would write, I mean, just the funniest pictures from men, because I'm only looking on the men's side. And then some people, I'm not going to judge for this. I really appreciate this. If they are there to hook up, they say, here to hook up.
Right.
And then that way you can be like, no. no.
Oh, yes,
And
yes.
no, no, wouldn't be talking about it on a podcast.
No, I don't mean you. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
okay. But or whatever people want. So I'm over here and I selected like interested in talking to someone in a long-term relationship, which sounds really, I cannot talk, which sounds really weird to put out there. But at the same time, just say what you're looking for. And that's who I am and that's what I'm looking for. If I just wanted someone to go watch the Twilight movies with, then I'd write that on there. But
Or if you want to just have dinner with somebody and they may come over and make you bell peppers and say ground turkey, you know?
just,
Just say it.
Yeah.
Say it, baby. Say it. I gotta have more bell peppers. I got a prescription.
No, like we just watched that, didn't we?
We
We were just watching Cowbell skit from SNL with Will Ferrell and Christopher Walken. That's right. And you know what? With
I
the
got a
age range-
prescription. And the only well, I got a fever.
Mhm.
And
And
the only
the
prescription
prescription is more Cowbell. Guys, these kids are gonna come out here in a minute. Tell us to shut up.
they already did. You didn't hear them?
Oh no,
Oh, okay.
no, I was not paying attention. I'm
They're probably all asleep.
Well, yeah, and Cam's in there too. So that's the funny part. Cam's in there with them, so they're having a slumber party. She's probably holding the baby.
Probably.
Okay, so anything else from the 40 and up dating world that you want to bring up? Like I said, ghosting, people with really weird intentions that talk to you and say, hey, and then they never talk to you again.
Or there's always you look at those profiles and it answers questions like, do you drink?
Right.
Well, and most people put occasionally. Well, what does that mean? What does occasionally mean to that person? Does that mean occasionally means every day? Only after 5? I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm glad that they do that because some people, like, let's say you're sober and you don't want to be around someone like that.
Yeah,
or
right.
You're Mormon. And
No
you're not allowed
trumpets.
to be around someone like that. And so I like that information if people fill it in. Or they'll like some people would post a picture of like their favorite what are those like their Batman or something. And I'm like, I'm not trying to go on a date with Batman. I
Right.
know that's not what you look like.
Well, yeah, there's some of them that put like pictures with like their exes, or I don't know if it's or whatever.
Okay, no, I've seen the couples pictures and that means something else.
Oh, okay.
See, I had to figure that out too. And
Just swinging.
yeah, I had to figure that out
Is that what it
too.
means?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, sometimes they put it in the description. I'm like, I feel like I'm not old enough to be here. Like, it feels like I looked in on something I wasn't supposed to look
Okay.
at.
Here's off subject. That song's swinging, right? You know that song?
No, I don't.
Right, and then the question would mean nothing.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. Sorry.
Who sings it?
John Anderson.
Oh, I don't know.
You never heard that song?
Mhm.
You live in Texas.
I'm a bad Texan. I don't like country music.
But anyway, there was somebody sitting on a swing eating chocolate pie.
Uh-huh.
Well, let's leave it at that.
Okay. Oh my gosh, my head hurts because I'm trying to hold in laughter and thoughts. Okay. I got it.
What, was it the chocolate pie?
Yeah.
Oh, I want some chocolate pie, I guess.
Oh, he has you just made a Milky Way pie.
And I tell you, it tasted like a Milky Way.
Oh my gosh. And then he's in California, teasing me with these pictures. But he said, when I come to visit, because I want to go with the kids and the grandbabies sometime and go his way. And then he can make Milky Way pie.
Milky Way pie.
That'll be fun. Okay. Let me see. Oh, my next question is actually a lot of fun. When are we taking our baby Harper to Disneyland?
Well, I would say before she's 3.
I would think so.
Yeah, maybe 2.
Mhm.
I would think.
She'll have her
After
parents
she can walk.
and us, even at that age, because we've taken little kids to Disneyland. She can take a nap in the stroller. We're grandma and grandpa. We can take her back for a nap at the hotel room.
We are Disneyland veterans.
Yes. Now him more than me because you had annual passes for how many years?
Maybe 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite ride at Disneyland?
My personal favorite ride is Small World.
Classic.
Yeah.
I really do say whenever I'm in there, because a lot of people are anti, it's a small world because it's a boat and you go and you just sit there and it's a boat. You can take a newborn baby on there, like it's not
Right.
fast. but it's all of the dolls from around the world. They've incorporated some of the Disney characters in there, like Ariel's, you know.
It just added something too, and I can't remember what it was.
Ariel's probably wrong. No, Ariel and Flounder are in there, aren't they? But and he would know. He knows a lot more up to date Disney information because of that. But that's a great ride. That's usually people when they want some dark, quiet, air conditioning, sit down, baby's taking a nap.
Exactly.
So, but it's great. There's not anything at Disney that's not top tier.
Right.
And to me, when I go in there, because it's reminiscent of the original Disneyland and things that Walt Disney had his hands in, like that in the Tiki Room, those are very Disney, Walt Disney himself originals, because he had hands
Jungle
on those
Cruise.
things. Yeah, Jungle Cruise. What else is it? The Peter Pan ride. That's been an older
Peter
one there.
Pan. I know the Autopia
Oh, that's right.
and the Carousel.
Mm-hmm. Those were Mr. Disney
I don't
originals.
know much more.
I haven't been actually in. Let's see. The last time I went was for my honeymoon, so it was it was in 2016. Yeah, so that's
It's probably been
last
5 years since I've been.
Okay, so we do probably need the Disney update. I haven't been there since any of the Star Wars stuff is there.
And I haven't been there either. And it's with Disney, it's always good to wait a while until the crowd thins out a little bit and stuff like that. So I think I'm ready to go check it out.
I think so. I think it'll be fun to see it through our kids that are adults now and watching them be parents at Disney. And so
Right.
we get to have the grandparents' eyes that way, because Jeff's been a grandpa, and so he's got to do some of these things. Everything's new through my eyes right now.
Right.
And so, and the fact that we get along well is going to make a trip like that fun, because instead, I'm sure people are married all the time and it's, oh, how are you doing? But it would be awkward to spend a lot of time with or vacation with your kids' in-laws.
Right.
Unless you're good friends. So
Right. Yeah. I mean, you'd be like, okay, yeah.
that's been the fun part about getting to know Jeff all this time. We, check in on each other, or how are the kids doing, or are you sick, or how's work going, or whatever's going, and of course the dating ups and downs. It's so much fun. But it's been
Not.
nice, right? Well, sometimes fun to make fun of when it gets to
Yeah,
that part.
it's definitely makes for daily conversations about just people in general and what they see as normal, or what their expectations are from someone that are just not.
Well, you find out a lot about yourself too, about what you're willing to, not just willing to deal with, I shouldn't say it that way, but what your real preferences are, because especially at our age,
Right.
if things are not being met for us, we are okay single. We have jobs, we have houses, we have kids and grandkids and everybody, family that loves us, so we really have everything, if that's what everything we wanted it to be.
Well, yeah, you're never going to find everything you want in one person.
Right.
But there's things that you're going to be willing to put up with.
Yeah.
And things that you're not. Things that are deal killers. So,
And so it's hard to find those things out, especially when you're not like this new person. Like when you get married when you're really young, you meet together and you kind of grow together, your preferences, the way you do things, and so you have a lot of growing up you do together. Well, we're pretty set in our ways. We've been on this earth for a long time, and so there's things that we're not willing to bend on. And when you go to look for another partner, that's tough, because you have to bend a little to be in a partnership, period.
Well, for you, you'd have to have somebody that liked to cook.
Oh yeah, he knows that. He's been here long enough to know that that's true. Because I do great laundry and bathroom cleaning. I don't know what else to balance that out with. But I don't enjoy cooking. And like I said, if it was up to me and my son with that hot dog roller, it'd be going all day. We threw some breakfast sausage on there for breakfast.
Wow. You know what? They also said you could put those like taquitos.
Yeah.
Or those tornado things like at 7-Eleven on there.
Oh yeah, the tornadoes are what? Just flour on the outside?
Like a corn tortilla with like I don't know, some kind of filling. Probably like a taquito.
Okay, like the same thing. That's what I thought. I thought the tornadoes were the ones with the flour tortilla on the outside. I don't know. When they're deep fried, they're all brown. It doesn't matter.
They're all the same thing.
So, okay, look at us. This is like a continuation of the stuff we talk about all day. Pretty much.
Are we supposed to stay on script?
No, it didn't matter. And actually, I think we're probably coming up towards time. We're probably at 40-something
Dating,
minutes.
chocolate pie, Disneyland, grandbaby. What else we got?
Let me see.
What's your favorite donut?
Okay, it's very specific because there used to be a place in Plainview, Texas, where they made spud nuts. Do you know what those are?
Yeah, I've never heard of
They're made from potatoes.
Interesting.
And so it is interesting. Like, I think it was like the potato flakes. Anyway, they make it and fry it and do everything like a donut. But they had a version of a donut that was a cake donut.
Oh.
So it's like a light, fluffy chocolate cake.
Oh.
Not like all chocolate cake, but that's what it was, with chocolate icing. So a Spud Nuts 1997 Plainview, Texas chocolate donut.
Dang.
Yeah, it's really good.
Well, I prefer they call them Bismarcks, or this is a donut with chocolate on the top, and it's filled with a custard.
Oh, yes. You know what I hate? When you bite into one of those somewhere else and it's not the custard and it's like the white icing.
Yeah, it's like whipped cream.
No,
Yeah,
but it's
it's
not even that good. Like, if it's not the custard, it's not good. And the top has to be chocolate. I don't want custard and strawberry, caramel, or whatever.
Exactly.
It has to be chocolate. So, yeah, actually, those are really good. See, Jeff's here to ask the important questions.
Hey, that is important.
It is. What's your favorite donut? Of
If
course.
somebody said, I'm a glazed man, red flag. Plain cake, red flag.
Boo! So let me see. I'm just thinking, we do talk about the funniest stuff all the time. And so you're gonna have been here. You'll have been here a week, right?
Yeah.
Whenever
Yeah, when I go home, yeah.
take off to go home. We have had a blast. I've still gone to work, but we've had the weekends together and just being here with all the kids. Like, this is the first time we've just kicked them all the way out of the room.
Yeah.
And
The only one that was welcome was the baby, but she's asleep.
yeah. And that's why her mama popped her in really quick, looking like a little worm. She's so cute. You just do all the baby tricks. If you've never had kids, do not judge. You saw that baby all wrapped up to here like that. She sleeps
She
so
loves,
good.
Yeah, she loves it.
Yeah, and either you like that or you don't. I have a nephew who just had a baby, and his baby we got all the baby swaddles because his son hates it. He's like, don't wrap me up like that. So it's different. I'm just so glad that we got to meet in person after getting to know each other, phone calls, texts for this whole year. And we had been planning a split screen. But look, do you think either one of us are technological enough to know how to do that from
No.
Texas to California? We didn't know how to do it.
We need our kids to help us.
And we need their kids. They're busy and working. They're grown up. And so we were just talking about it the other day. And we were like, duh, we're sitting right here. We should do the podcast right here in the living room. So I'm glad we've done it. I think our week has been so much fun.
Yes.
I think it's fun. You really encouraged new mama to bring out the baby and do some more adventurous things, because I was like, shut down the whole house and stay inside and close the windows.
COVID.
Yeah, basically pregnancy
Nice.
pregnancy COVID. Yeah, didn't you have to like double mask or something? But I was like, just shut the world down, because I had C-sections when I had babies, and so I really couldn't do anything.
Right.
I couldn't drive. I couldn't even sleep on my bed because I'm so short, because I'm 5'1". They probably see me walk into the camera a bunch.
There's no yardstick next to you.
No, no.
Like a police lineup.
Right. I can put one on the screen. Yeah. No, it's just going to be like a hobbit and then me.
A gnome.
A garden gnome. Oh, you ended up loving that movie, didn't you?
I did. I'm going to watch it when I get home.
If you guys have never seen Romeo and Juliet, his daughter's just so happy to have Dad here. She's like, Dad's here and we're hanging out. We're going to watch a movie. Dad, I really want to watch this. And of course, he's just like, we'll watch whatever you want. And he sat there very uninterested and not excited. We all go to bed and fell asleep. He stayed up watching the whole thing.
And I thought it was a new movie, but it's not. It's like 15 years old, 20 years old.
Yeah, I didn't realize that, because she said she has a DVD in your garage.
Yeah. I had no idea.
I'd only
Who
seen it
knew?
a year or two ago. So I got through a good 30 minutes of it. But then
You had to work, though.
yeah, so I had to go to bed. And I love to sleep anyway, so. All right, well, I think we're going to wrap up the grandparents episode. I don't think we're like regular grandparents. We're like cool
No.
grandparents. And we hang out and giggle about dating. Which,
Yeah.
that's
about it.
2025 grandparents for you. And then he pretends to drink alcohol. What was
Yeah.
that? Juice?
Just cranberry juice.
Oh, it was juice.
Yeah.
Oh, but you got your cool McDonald's cup.
Yeah, I gave that to my son-in-law.
Oh, that's awesome. Wait, so then, your son-in-law's Connor.
Yeah.
I was saying you have another son-in-law.
No, well, my son-in-law, other son-in-law wouldn't want any McDonald's.
Oh, okay,
Connor
yeah.
wanted it.
Yeah, Jeff's got the coolest collection of literally everything. You know, we're gonna have to podcast when we're at your house someday.
Oh, for sure.
And then you're gonna need to take us on a tour. It'll be more like a vlog because us sitting here talking is still gonna be interesting and funny to us anyway.
Yeah.
But to see
If you're
the
bored,
things,
who cares?
right? Actually, just you would have stopped watching this a long time ago.
What the hell is this?
Then we're
Click.
gonna have two views on this video, and it's gonna
Swipe.
be your mom and my mom.
I don't think my mom. Well, she probably liked to watch it.
Yeah,
She likes my sense of humor.
of course. And then she likes you because she's your mom. So, all right, guys. Well, we're gonna wrap it up for tonight, and the first of hopefully many episodes with Jeff Cox, and also with baby Harper because she's gonna grow up. And actually, if she's in one with her mom or her dad, she's invited to be in there too. So,
Yeah.
thank you so much for joining us on the Disco Ball Discourse. Bye.
Bye.